High sensitivity is a genetic trait that is not to be confused with a disorder. Think of it more like a personality trait. Welcome back. I'm Shannon, and in today's video, let's take a deeper look at the D in the acronym DOES. The founder of the term highly sensitive person, Dr. Elaine Aron, has used the acronym DOES, D-O-E-S, to describe the processes that make the HSP physiologically different from the other 80% of society who do not have the sensory processing sensitivity trait. So what does depth of processing mean, and how does it affect us? Depth of processing refers to the way in which we process information. HSPs tend to pause and reflect before engaging. On a subconscious level, we compare new input with our past experiences. And we think about all the possible outcomes. But we also take in more information to begin with, because we notice more of the subtleties of our environment. So we have more information to process before reaching a conclusion or making a choice. What this looks like on the outside is that it can slow us down. We're slower at making decisions and can take more time to finish tasks. So naturally, this is not a great trait when you're trying to act quickly. It might even seem to others like we are procrastinating when we are simply sorting through our options or experiencing decision paralysis. While it may seem like a terrible affliction, being able to process information so thoroughly helps us to make connections between the things we observe. We can easily spot patterns, and we have very keen attention to detail, which is a great skill for certain jobs or projects, or even in personal relationships. This depth of processing also gives us a finely tuned intuition. We seem to just instinctively know things. This is because we absorb a lot of information from what we see and experience without being fully aware of it. So while we might not be able to explain how we know what we know that we should not ignore our intuition because it rarely lets us down. Emotionally, the HSP is also more deeply affected. We're more deeply impacted by injustice. And studies suggest that our brains are processing more deeply even when we're in a resting state. This happens on an unconscious level. And this constant on mode of the brain is one of the main reasons that us HSPs need frequent breaks from stimulation in order to re-energize. And on a more conscious level, the highly sensitive person is often very self-aware. The depth of processing also seems to extend to the inner workings of our own psyche. Let me know in the comments if this is true for you. Or at what age did you start becoming more self-aware? As I've shared in one of my previous videos, self-awareness, or being too self-conscious, can get in the way sometimes. Like when you're on set as an actor, or when you're trying to just be present in the moment in a mindful manner. But for the most part, introspection is a very useful skill to develop for continued growth in life. Personally, I love spending lots of time analyzing my own behavior and reading self-help books to get an even better understanding of myself. As HSPs, we enjoy finding out what makes us tick, and we use that knowledge to become the best version of ourselves. People often tell me that I sound like they're a psychologist because I've read a lot of psychology books and articles. I'm fascinated by the inner workings of the mind. It helps me to better understand my strengths and weaknesses. It also helps in my interactions with others, like how I can be a better friend to someone, or how I can help them to find their better self. All this introspection and hyper-analytical mind is so second nature to me that I sometimes take for granted that it doesn't come natural to everyone. It is one of the amazing gifts of being highly sensitive, especially when you learn to embrace it. And that sums it up for the D in DOES. I'll put some links in the description to Elaine Aron's website and some readings that you might find interesting. I'll also link the HSP self-test by Elaine Aron, in case you're not quite sure if you are an HSP. I appreciate you watching, and I wish you an introspective day. Doei doei!